to another Random Sam Epic Mom, and it's time for our Monday book reviews. So, this one is one I've reread several times. The author is Hannah Howell. Lovely author. I really enjoy her books, and this one is Only for You. Now, in this one, it's set back in, Scotland in medieval times. It actually is going to state that it is set in northern England. Sorry, so it wasn't Scotland, it was northern England. 1319. So, several centuries ago, guys. Long time ago. And a lot of times in historical romance, it's always talking about the victors, the conquerors. And something a lot of people forget about is that whenever a land is conquered, you're still going to have people who are the natives. You're still going to have people who are, who fought on the other side. And it's how they cope. Well, this family, the Todds, during every conflict has had somebody on each side. So that the family never lost their property. They always had somebody in the family who would still be there. And in this one, Saxon Honey Todd. It's funny that they gave her the name Saxon since she is from the Saxon, lineage. But she comes from this huge family, lots and lots of people. She had a vision of her twin dying. And she's hoping it's just a bad dream. And then she receives news that her brother had been attacked. Now, her cousins who brought her the news did not tell her clearly that her twin had been wounded saving the Earl. So right now she's thinking, because they've mangled up saying anything, she thinks the Earl is the one who killed her brother. Now her brother is not dead, but she doesn't know that. So being headstrong that she is, and she runs out. And you guys got to understand that, especially in on the border between Scotland and England, a lot of people were, what's the nicest way to put it? You had to be tough. Because there was a lot of raiding going on. They didn't have the police like we had. They didn't have cell phones where you could call somebody up and they'd come help you. And a lot of times people had to pretty much depend on themselves. They had to be strong enough to have all their people manage this. And women back then were considered very delicate, were considered, needing to be protected. So with the Todd family, all these women are tough women who know how to take care of the homestead, know how to fight, all that. And Honey, or Saxon Honey, is actually grown up mostly being raised by her father and brothers and all that. So she eventually rides off and is about to attack the Earl. She doesn't know that her brother's upstairs, being carried back. And he happens to stop her. Through just an unbelievable amount. One, they're just shocked. The Earl and all of his friends are shocked that this young girl who's like 18 has managed to ride out on her own in this dangerous situation and actually almost take out the Earl. This is like, oh my God, nobody's seen. And he's unbelievably understanding about it for the simple reason that he understands grief. He understands. He has been targeted for the last little while, and because he's trying to protect his mother's feelings, because he doesn't want her to know it's his brother who's doing it, trying to kill him so that he can take over, he understands family loyalty. And through this, he's going to get to know Saxon. He's going to get to see the type of person she is, and he's going to eventually propose to her, marry to her, and she's going to be in the fight with him to not only keep him safe, but keep their kids safe, to, just go forward. And during this whole thing, his half-brother is just constantly, sending assassins, trying to, get rid of him. I mean, the brother even sent a lady, who was actually a pretty loose woman, in the courts, to try and seduce his brother so that he'd be trapped into marrying her. And because of Saxon, again, she ends up saving him from that misfortune. And it's just so hilarious to me in this story because Saxon, like I said, growing up in the North, tougher standards, not a frail little court lady, But she's also, because she's been raised by her brothers and such, she knows how to fight, she knows what's important. So she's very used to being just treated as one of the guys. And throughout this, she's got to show that, yes, I do know how to be a female also. Yes, this is okay. Am I sure I'm worthy enough to be the Earl's wife? All these little steps that, add up, and trying to feel, worthy. And yet at the same time, he's trying to feel as if, what's the nicest way to put it? He's very second guessing because his first wife cheated on him. She was a very loose woman. So it was very hard for him. For him, he's very skeptical. He has spent a lot of time at court with his mom where, everybody's kind of backstabbing and it's all full of intrigue. And it's just not a healthy environment to grow up in. So to go from that to having actual people, this entire Todd family, pulling around together to protect him and her, and showing him that you do have good people here. You do have people who are going to support you. And it's just so great to see somebody who's been jaded open their eyes and see that there's good in the people around them. And I love Saxon's personality. I love the fact that she is just very open and honest, and she doesn't see the point of playing the games. And it's just a wonderful story of seeing two people, coming together. And that's one of the reasons I love romance novels so much, is because it is all about the people learning each other, growing. Because as much as I say this constantly, I'll keep saying it, fiction usually copies or mimics real life to a certain degree. And I believe as people, we are constantly growing, we are constantly changing. I mean, our core values might stay the same, but little things are going to change over time. We're never going to be as arrogant as we were as a teenager. We're never going to be as experience that pure first love where it's very innocent if it crashes and burns. These are things that we're always evolving. And I love reading historical romances where it shows that there were struggles. There were, in the time frame when, a lot of people didn't make it to adulthood just because of the conditions, managing to get to that point, and the struggles that they do, just even being just everyday people, not even bringing in people's, stations in like nobility or royalty or gentry. And it just adds an extra dynamic of how people interact. So I hope if you guys get a chance, please give Only for You a shot. Any of her stories are great. Hannah Howell is a wonderful author. And I hope you guys will let me know what you think of not only this book, of any of her books. Talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.